Good afternoon. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of green logistics. Logistics, as we all are aware, we know, right? Logistics is concerned with the movement of the goods from the point of origin to the point of consumption to the consumers in the right time at the right quantity at the right quality, right? So, what is the speciality of green logistics? So nowadays, the green concept is very, very popular, right? The green banking is there, right? So go green, right? So you have to be more eco-friendly, you have to be more concerned about the environment, and our practices should be in such a way that it should be more sustainable, right? That means what all things we are doing as of now will not adversely affect the future generations in so that is the concept, right? So what is green logistics, right? So we can understand that logistics is such a field in which there may be a lot of chances for the atmosphere to get polluted because from the time of sourcing or procurement onwards up to the time of the dispatch of the final product to the consumer, there may be a lot of things that are happening in logistics, right? Especially during the manufacture, there is a chance of the much pollutant to the environment. Storage is also concept. Packaging of the materials is another concept. And obviously the transportation is another concept. So these are different activities or events which are included in the logistic concept. And in one way or another, these activities may lead to an environmental pollution. Or it may be hazardous to the nature in different ways. For example, the use of plastics. In logistics, we cannot, for example, in the case of packaging, we cannot avoid the use of plastics for packaging. Without packaging, we cannot transport the goods from one location to another. N number of orders, millions of orders are being there through the online platforms. And daily, each and every day, these many orders are being fulfilled by the different sellers through the e-commerce platform. And all the packages, majority of the packages, either maybe the cardboard boxes or the different varieties of plastic we are using for the same, for the protection of the materials and to transfer the same from the origin to the final consumer. So use of the plastics are unavoidable. And also how we are transporting, we use the roadways in most of the cases, especially in India for the transportation, right? It's comparatively affordable, cheap, etc. But it is highly polluting in nature. Why? Because whenever the petrol or diesel engine is being combusted, so the toxic gases are released into the atmosphere, like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, etc. It will adversely affect the environment, lower the quality of the air, and the respiratory issues of the humans will increases, and also to affect the other biodiversity. Present on so many ways, then especially the so many wastage of dumping of the wastages. So we cannot avoid it, but we can reduce all those things to an extent so that we can conserve the nature. So green logistics is concerned with we are not able to completely avoid all those things, but we are able to control, minimize the use of these activities which may be hazardous to the environment. That is the concept of green logistics. So green logistics obviously reducing the environmental and other negative impacts associated with the movement of goods. As I mentioned in the introductory part, in within the transfer, there may be a lot of activities are there, right? A lot of procedures are there. In when we are outgoing, when we are going through these many processes, there may be a chance of polluting the environment in one way or another. We cannot completely avoid this, but green logistics is a concept. We will try from the manufacturers as well as the seller side to maximize to an extent to maximum we will avoid those activities which will harmful to the environment. So we are promoting a sustainable logistics. Sustainability means what all activities today we are planning, it will not adversely affect the future generations. So sustainable practices seeks to ensure that decisions made today do not have an adverse impact on the future generation. So whatever green logistics involves, reduce the negative impact when it comes to the sourcing, distribution systems, and other managing reverse logistics, etc. So avoid the inefficiency, avoid the late delivery, avoid the incorrect deliveries, avoid unnecessary freight movements, avoid the dumping of materials, avoid unnecessary packaging, avoid the use of maximum reduce the use of plastics, right? And then avoid the unnecessary movement of fleet, right? Movement of the vehicles to and fro, this unnecessary movements that will pollute the environment. So these are the things we can reduce to an extent. So that impact the concept of green logistics. So as all we all are aware, roadways stands first in the case of the pollution. Second comes the aviation. Third comes the railway. Then fourth comes the marine. But the problem with the railway and marine is that is comparatively the movement, the speed wise is comparatively very slow paced movement is there in railways as well as marine. But roadways is comparatively faster, but more pollutants are there. Aviation also high costly, right? So we cannot completely depend upon railway as well as marine. We have to depend upon roadways also for the fast and reliable service, but still we have to reduce the harmful effects to an extent, right? So what all we can cite some examples for green logistics, what all procedures, or what are the some, whether we can list out some of the activities which considered as green logistics. For example, adopting green packaging materials. We cannot completely avoid plastic, but still maximum we try to use the alternative materials which are less harmful, which are biodegradable into the earth surface of the earth. So right, so adopting green packaging materials is one of the concern. Then after that, impact of shipping full loads. Rather than half-loaded or empty vehicles are being run here and there by polluting the environment. Whatever the loads we are whatever the cargo we are being loaded on a vehicle, it should be full. To utilize to the maximum extent, effective utilization of resources. That is a concept. Third one, reducing customer returns effectively, right? So whatever we are transporting, make it full, make it a quality parameter, keep it testified, right? Everything. Then transport high quality goods to the consumers. There, so that we can reduce the inappropriate returns of the goods. Again, return in the sense again it is it's a necessary movement of the freight. Then strategies for non-fail deliveries, right? Deliver the products to the right customer at the right time. That is one of the concern. Then reducing the paper processes. Try maximum going to be online, the documentation, all those things if possible. Then more sustainable storage and reduce unnecessary dumping of the materials in the warehouses. Reduce the stocking of the materials in the warehouses. Reduce the repairs. Reduce the maintenance. Right. Reduce the scrapping, etc. Then finally the route optimization. Plan in advance. When, where, how, what is the route? What is optimum route for carrying the load from one point to another, so that we can reduce the impact of the negative impact on environment by the logistics sector, correct? So green logistics is always concerned about the environment. It is a sustainable logistics. What all procedures, what all activities we are executing under this particular logistic concept, everything should be eco-friendly. Thank you.